Okay, so today I am doing this video to kind of show those of you who want to do your own dispute letters as far as your credit. I want to show you guys what to look for in your credit report to dispute and to kind of help you figure out what dispute reasons to use in your dispute letters. One thing I do want to point out is that a lot of people will try to dispute their collections and charge-offs and things of that nature by just simply saying it's not mine. That doesn't work. That's not the proper way to dispute. And like, if you know that it is your account, it's being dishonest. You kind of can get into some trouble for that, but I won't get into all that. I personally, I never dispute by saying it's not mine, fraudulent, someone else did this, whatever, because that's just not the proper way to do it. I'm pretty much honest. The best way to get the best results from disputing negative items on your credit report is to be honest and to be strategic. There's a difference. There's no dishonesty in this whatsoever. So I just want to show you a few things. This is a actual credit report. And the credit monitoring service that I am using is Identity IQ. If you guys do not have a credit monitoring service that you do use, you're definitely going to need to get one other than Credit Karma. Credit Karma is good, but it does not show anything that's going on with your Experian credit report. And it's not as in-depth as the credit monitoring services that you would pay for, like Identity IQ. But Identity IQ does have like a 7-day trial that you guys can start out with. I always tell people about that. Okay, so here is a client's credit report, as you can see. Okay, so I'm just going to go through just a couple of things. I mean, there's a lot of things on this credit report, as you can see, that are very much disputable, and I'm going to, get to that when I'm done with this video and do my thing and get some disputes out for this client. But okay, so I wanted to show you guys how to go through your credit report and find accurate reasons to dispute these items on your credit report by saying this is inaccurate reporting for this reason. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. Let me find a good one here. I just had it. Okay. Okay, I'll start with this one. Okay, so this here is an account with Nationwide. If you guys can see the little mouse thing, I'm kind of turning it in circles here. This is an account with Nationwide. This is a creditor. This is a mortgage creditor. Okay, so everything pretty much appears to be fine except for one missed payment on this account. So maybe you may think, well, I'm not going to dispute that. It's just one missed payment. But so if I were going to dispute this account, I would go for that one missed or late payment that is reported in November 2017. Why? Because it's a couple of years back being late. And number two, which is really the main reason, is because if you look over here in the comments, this account is a foreclosure. And so like in the credit repair world, we call that a big ticket item. To get this removed will kind of like open major doors for your credit report, right? So who needs a foreclosure on a credit report? Okay, so and it is in derogatory standings. You can see that here. The monthly payment was only $360 a month. The account date was open 7/01/2007. The balance is 0. This is what they're reporting now. The balance is 0. So this actually is an account that has been already dealt with, foreclosed, is done, it's a closed account, but it's sitting on a credit report. So let's say this client goes to get another mortgage. Well, then there's going to be a problem here because you have the comments foreclosure sitting right down here on your Equifax credit report. Good thing that this company Nationwide does not report to TransUnion and Experian, or we'd have three companies to do it instead of one. But the reason why I would go in to get the foreclosure to get removed by disputing this one late payment. And I wouldn't dispute it by saying, oh, this is not mine, or I was never late. That wouldn't be my angle. I would go in and say this account is reporting inaccurately because of the 120-day past due date that you have recorded for November 2017. Please validate and please send me an updated credit report. And please delete this from my credit report. You can word it you can kind of play around with the wording. As long as you have certain things in there, it'll be fine. And so what will happen is, because this account is closed and it is as a foreclosure, I have about an 80% chance at getting the whole account deleted from the credit report just by disputing this late payment. Number one, it's only one late payment, and you can see, everything else is green and everything says that it's okay. So there's no way that it can be 120 days past due or past or late or whatever, because everything else has been recorded as being paid on time. So how do you get 120 days late, without having 30 days late, then 60, then 90, and so forth? You can't do it. That's inaccurate. It's an inaccurate mispayment. And two, there's no way that this could be a foreclosure with only one late payment. That doesn't happen. So chances are I have an 80% chance at getting this removed. With first results come back, I'm pretty sure that this is going to say this account has been deleted. And that's pretty much how it works. And I didn't lie, I didn't tell a lie, I didn't make up a story or anything like that. I just went in onto this credit report and looked at the facts that they had put on my credit report, found an inaccuracy, which is a loophole, to get this thing removed. And that's pretty much how it works. And so I'm going to see here if I can find, because I want to give you different reasons, different things to look for. So let's see here. I'm not going to use that one. Let's see. I don't want to use anything too complex for anyone who's kind of new at this. Okay, so we're going to use this now. As you can see, this is a Synchrony Bank Amazon credit card, which is a revolving account. So the first thing that I'm going to look at here, I'm going to try to match up the account numbers. So the account numbers, they all match. So there's no discrepancy there. This is a charge account. It is in derogatory standings. 0 monthly payment, which is, that's correct. It should say 0 because it is a charge off, and we all know that charge off should always say 0 balance, because how can you be charging me for something that has been closed? If it's closed, it's closed, it's done. It should be 0 balance. So always remember that. Okay, so red flag here. I would definitely dispute this account for the reasons of these inaccuracies down below. So we see here where it says high credit balance of $400, and then you go across to Experian, it says 0, and then you go across to Equifax and it says $140. 2 out of 3 of those are wrong, right? So we will dispute on those grounds. So if I were going to use the high credit balance inaccuracy to dispute with Equifax, I would say, hey, you're reporting that my high credit balance is $140, blah, blah, blah. This is inaccurate. Could you please remove this from my credit report? Good chances it's going to come off. Or, if I was going to dispute this account with Experian, I would say, you are reporting that my credit limit is $140 at a 0 balance. No, this is the correct one. So we're not going to mess with that one. We're not going to mess with that one at all because that one is the correct one. This Equifax one here is incorrect, and the TransUnion one is definitely incorrect. This seems to be the only correct one. So definitely so how I would dispute this one would be that I would go down here to the missed and late payments, and I would pick two of those missed or late payments to dispute, and I would definitely choose missed payments that are kind of back to back. Like, say for instance, I would go and dispute maybe January and February. And why I only usually dispute no more than two missed or late payments at a time is that because, say for instance, if I go in and I dispute all of these missed payments at one time, chances are that I'm going to get flagged as being frivolous, and nothing's going to happen, and I'm just going to, kind of have to keep going, keep trying different things. But when I'm doing my disputes, I like to come out guns blazing. I like to just come out with the big guns and go ahead and just kind of eradicate everything that I possibly can get, all in the beginning. Because when you dispute too many times and you get things that are coming back verified, then sooner or later you're going to run out of reasons. You see what I'm saying? So you always go in strong. So with Experian only, I will dispute those two late payments in hopes that we can get everything off. That one is a little iffy because it's so accurate, so that's why I'd go after those missed payments. A lot of times when you dispute missed payments, they'll delete the whole account because they don't want to go digging. But with this TransUnion report here, it says that the high credit balance is $400, credit limit $140. This is wrong. It's clearly wrong. And what I would say to TransUnion, I would say this account is inaccurate for the reason of the reporting of it being a $400 account when it was only $140. And I would also put in, and I would say, I have reviewed my Equifax report and they are reporting blah blah blah. So I would give them that's like giving them some proof, something to kind of say, hey, okay, we've made a mistake, And also the date last active down here, if you guys can see that, is totally off from what everyone else has. Chances are this Experian one is the only one that's kind of more accurate to the T. And I just kind of know that through experience. Yeah, so you can go in and use the last date active. You can say, hey, this date is totally not accurate. I challenge this is not correct. You have to be really strategic about how you come at the credit bureaus, what you're saying. Make sure that what you're saying has some weight to it. You don't just go in guns blazing with no ammo, And always, if you see more than one discrepancy, a lot of times I only just will use one reason just in case I need to keep that second reason in my arsenal in case things come back verified. Which is another reason why I always tell all my clients that credit repair, it's a process. It takes time. I've had clients come in with, literally, a guy came in and he had 22 medical bills, and I think it was totaling over $100,000, and he just thought that there was nothing I could really do, so hey, why not just try it and see, or whatever, I guess. And I disputed his stuff one time, first round, every single negative item that he had, it was literally over $100,000 in medical bill collections, just fell off of his Equifax report, and 80% fell off of the other two credit bureaus. So you just really never know if it's going to be a faster process for you or if it's going to be a 3-month process for you. You just never know. So definitely know what you're doing. My advice, if you're looking into doing some disputes for yourself, is definitely take some time out. And you go to my website, I have that information there, and it's all over the internet anyway. Do some research on the Fair Credit Reporting Act laws, and find out what these creditors and collection agencies can and cannot do. Find out how they're supposed to be reporting things on your credit report, so that you know when you see something that's inaccurate, you know what you're looking at, you know what's going on there. And so going down to this account here, this is a Truline Federal Credit Union here. Just by looking at this Experian account here, this right here would be my grounds to dispute this one. You see, you go over here to credit limit. They're reporting the credit limit as 0. I mean, and then here with Equifax, they're also reporting the credit limit at 0. That's a reason to dispute. That's inaccurate. Please take this off my credit report. This is not right. And I'm seeing 2 or 3 other reasons why I could dispute here too. But I mean, just take your time, look at your credit report, take your time, study your credit report. If you have any questions, you can always ask me, make a comment, inbox, call, email, whatever. I like to answer questions. I love to kind of show people and teach people how they can repair their own credit, so that, I feel like this, like if I can teach you, how to do it, then you can take that information back home and you can help your family and community, and it can kind of just roll over and keep going. It's not always about the money. I understand that this is a business that I have, but it's not always all about, the money. It's about helping people as well. So I'm going to go to this account here, this Capital One account right here. This is a charge off. Good thing it's not even reporting to TransUnion, so we're going to leave TransUnion alone. So here, credit limit discrepancy. That's a discrepancy. That's a reason to dispute this thing. And look at these dates here. Last active, it says 7/01/2018, and then with Equifax it says February 1st, 2018. Discrepancy. Not right. There's no way that it could have been last active, on both dates. It just last payment 12/06/2017, and this one says last payment 02/01/2018. Inaccurate. Dispute for those reasons. And I'm not going to keep going because I still have some work to do here. You see, this is a long credit report, so it's probably going to take me about 45 minutes to kind of pick through all of this stuff and get those dispute letters ready and going. And it's late in the afternoon here. It's 7:12 p.m. and I have been at this since like 6 this morning. So, but anyway, so I'm going to be putting up more videos. Like if anyone has like any specific questions or any specific things that they would like for me to do a video on, I really do not mind like just doing a quick video, just showing you. And also I'm going to put some things up to give you like a reasons, like because you can't just dispute with no reason, so I'm gonna put some things up that I use for reasons and stuff, and different phrases that I use, just to kind of help you guys out, to kind of get you on your way and get you rolling. I'm gonna be definitely making more videos and things like that. I think I've gotten a little bit better with making videos, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it. So yeah, I mean, that's it, as far as going through your credit report, looking at reasons and things like that. Let's see here. This is more negative stuff. So inquiries. Okay, yeah. Few inquiries, nothing too bad. I usually, me personally, if they're like less than, in between like 15-20 inquiries, I usually don't touch them unless there's just like a special request from the client. I'm just really not big on inquiries, because they don't really hurt, and plus they're fairly easy to get off. But usually, like I said, I'm always going after the big ticket items here. So if you come to me for credit disputing, definitely say, hey, could you hit those inquiries for me as well, because I'm going to be going after the big sharks out here. So until next time, I'm going to go. If you have a comment or a question, just leave it in the comments.